So we're going to be installing these Dawson Precision USP sights. They are, well, the dimensions are here, but it's got the competition rear and the front fiber. So you get two different types of fiber rods. You get the green and the red. They give you some tools if you're going to use, there's the front. They're going to give you some tools if you're going to hammer it out. And you get an Allen wrench. There's a little set screw right there. That's what that Allen wrench is for, to give some tension on the top. So I like the Dawson Precision sights. They're very straightforward to install. I do have this sight tool. It's an American-made sight pusher, and I've been very happy with that. I did put some oil here on the sights just to get a little oil broken in there. So what we're going to be doing is just pushing out the old sights with the sight pusher, and then pushing in the new sights, and then once we're confident, then we can use a little bit of a Loctite. So I've been working on these sights. I got the rear end. It took pretty minimal filing, and I'm going to caution you to go very slowly, maybe 3 or 4 passes with your triangle shaped file. I also had a little bit larger file, which helped too. The other thing that helps is it's important to file onto your filing surface. It's a little bit easier to file holding it from the bottom, but what you're going to find is you're going to get too much filing into the underside versus this dovetail sight, versus the dovetail side is where you're going to want to be filing. So I would suggest to put the filing surface you know, in the direction that you're going to be filing and onto which you'll be filing, versus putting the sight on the bottom, because you'll be filing more into the sight rather than where it slides in. So the reason I tell you to go slow on these is that once you get there, it's going to be there. So if you overdo it, it'll be too loose. Remember, there's an arrow here on the bottom, the direction that they recommend you get your sight in. So this one was rather quick when I got to where, this one was rather quick when I got to the point where it hit this tension about halfway through.
But the manufacturer recommends pushing it in at 1/3, not 1/2.
And that's kind of where you want to be as far as the press fitting and how much tension there is. The front one, I have been spending a little bit more time filing than the rear, and I'm trying to go slow because the shape here is, you know, you're right at the friction point very early on. So if you overdo it, they'll be too loose in here. So the way that they do it on the stock side is it has like a little bubble, and you'll see this when you take it off, and then that sort of you can overcome that with tension. But I have a feeling this is a little bit softer. You can see that it's hollow than the solid carbon steel that Dawson uses, and I like the Dawson sights. I have them on almost, well, I have them on several pistols. So just keep filing. Again, on this, there can be a tendency, if you're holding the sight on the bottom, you can get it to where you're actually filing the base of the sight versus just the portion that slides in. So hold it to where your filing surface is what you're pushing down on. And I am getting a little bit in the corners, but that's no problem. The other way to try to file is, well, make sure you're only filing in one direction, but you're kind of going not too hard, because if you go too hard, you'll round the corner. But you're, and I'm exaggerating this, the pressure that you're applying is down and out, not into the sight, and that'll help you from filing into the actual sight versus just the dovetail portion. So I'm going to keep working on this. It's going to take a few more passes. I do about 4 or 5 files, and then I test fit, try it again. It has been a little bit slow, but I'm doing that on purpose. You could just, you could just butcher the thing and get it in there, but if you overdo it, it's going to have a problem. So, all right, so I've got these to where I filed them, and they're both going in about halfway.
Again, the manufacturer recommends to push them in at 1/3.
So the next step is to put them into the sight pusher. You could also tap them. This is pretty straightforward here. So if you have something just to hold your, slide, or you can use the vise, you can tap them in. You don't have to have a slide pusher. It just helps and makes these easier. So we'll get those put in. We'll line them up, and then we'll Loctite them, and that'll be that. So I got these both lined up to really try to look at this and make sure that your sights are centered. So what you can do is you can compare where the sight is sitting on the radius of the top of the slide on one side, flip it over and compare that to the other side. And you want to try to get it as close as possible. You can make little tiny adjustments here, just holding the pistol down off the table and then hitting it with your mallet. You got a soft-sided mallet like that, and it's not too bad. You're looking at about, if it's your first time, an hour. If you've done this before a few times, 30 to 45 minutes to get it all lined up. I do have this bore sighter, so pop it in there, and then it's got a laser, and it matches up. If it matches up 95%, then that's combat effective. If you're a match or a competition shooter, you may want to get it a little bit more. Don't forget to put your set screw in, put a little bit of Loctite underneath the front sight, and then clean all that out. I'm using the red Loctite, which has Loctite 262, has some anti-heat properties. Don't forget there's a screw here, a set screw. So get just a little bit of Loctite, put a dot, roll the screw in that, screw it in there. Now don't get it too tight. What I do is I snug it, and then I'll put my fingers on the end of the Allen, and then torque it just until I get a little bend in the Allen. Make sure to clean up the excess Loctite. You don't want that stuff around, and you don't want that stuff to crud up your action. Or another note here: if you use their punch that they give you, these are aluminum. I put a little tape on the tip, but there's always going to be a little bit of aluminum transfer. And what I found is that Sharpie gets under the aluminum, and it doesn't really stain. So you can use a Sharpie and then wipe the Sharpie off. This is just alcohol, and it'll cover where the aluminum punch contacts the sight. So let these dry, I would say 24 hours before you fire them. And congratulations on a wonderful new set of sights. Save your old sights. The HK sights are valuable. I guess stock Glock sights can be too, but these are metal. With a sight pusher, they're not going to get damaged in any way if you're using it correctly. And it's a pretty straightforward job, and I think that you'll be very happy, especially with the Dawson Precision. Let's see if I can... You can see it's black in the rear, and red fiber optic in the front. You can also use green. And then here's the rear with that little set screw. So there's no damage to the slide from any of this. If you want to swap it out, you can use different sights. The other thing that Dawson offers is if your point of impact is off and they're installed correctly, then they can give you a taller or shorter front sight. But I found that overall, I think I have 5 sets. 4 out of the 5 so far have been spot on. The Glock 34 set I got is just a tack driver. So you can watch the other video on the jet funnel, the HK jet funnel. Works superbly. So very happy with that. We'll go to the range and test out just exactly how the point of impact is, but using my laser, it looks to be on. So thanks everyone for watching. Please let me know if you guys have any questions, and please like and subscribe.